Welcome to the latest Rubbish FPL Player channel. This video I'm going to talk about how my game week 28 went, which only just finished an hour or two ago at the point of recording, and then thoughts on game week 29, which is only starts in a couple of days, so a quick turnaround. Game week 28, I got 73 points. It was a good week, almost a 450k green arrow. So happy about that, obviously. Safety score was 59 points, so I was 14 points above that, so that's sort of a bit of a guide how well it went. Obviously hoping for one of those 1 million sort of rank green arrows, but which is more likely at my rank, but we'll see. I'm now 3.3 million overall rank, and it's almost a 12% improvement. Just looking at all the different stats on live FPL and just sort of how it went, how my captain went. I captained Bruno, which obviously worked out. A lot of people would have captained Haaland, and there was all sorts of last minute transfers and rumours and all sorts of slight controversy about that. Obviously people would have had captain Haaland, but depending who the vice captain is, it may work that well, because I know a lot of people have been captain like Thiago, who got decent points, and yeah. So who else was mostly captain? Just having a look in another league I know I'm in, so I forgot now. Yeah, I know some people captained O'Reilly, so that wasn't so good. At least he got a clean sheet, but O'Reilly may be injured, but we'll go on to that. But anyway, just talking about live FPL, there's, like I said, there's loads of cool stats and stuff like that, which they've had for a while, but I do like their rank versus time this game week, which just shows how your rank went during the whole of the game week, depending on the different things happening, goals, assists, and so on. See, it's quite nice, just a visual representation of it. I can see from mine, obviously there was ups and downs. I went as low down as about 4.4. It would have been about 4.1 to a million rank at some point this game week, but I did go all the way up to 3.3ish sort of rank, which is where I ended up. After the United game, I would have been around about 3.3. I went down to something like 3.5 after the Timber goal. Even though I have Gabriel and he got the assist, but that went down to about 3.5ish. But then by the end of the match, after Gabriel's DEFCON and then various sorts of bonus points were added, it ended up about 3.3 million rank. So that's pretty good. This week I didn't do any transfers, let it roll. So I've got 2 free transfers coming up, and quite often, more than not, when you do nothing, just not make any transfers or anything like that, you end up getting more points, decent number of points, more points than you would have done if you made the transfers. My transfer, I was thinking about doing O'Reilly and Forgay, which I was 50-50 on, but I did think it was maybe a bit of a one City player to another, and then the thoughts of the blank game week and stuff like that. But both players got 6 points, so would have made no difference. And O'Reilly might be injured now. I did almost do that. Under consideration was Dango for Palmer. That would have worked out better, because Palmer only got Palmer only got 1 point. He didn't even get the 2 points because he got booked. And Dango ended up he got 5 points. So not massive. Excuse me. Not massive, but there you go. And now I sort of want rid of Palmer from my team. Especially, it's Chelsea's fixture. They've got Villa next, which on the fixture difficulty rating is a tough game, Villa away. But Villa, well, they lost 2-0 to Wolves, and I think they're showing signs of sort of getting a bit tired early towards the end of the season. The lack of squad maybe showing. So, there may be other things to do though before getting rid of Palmer, which I'll go onto in a little bit. So as I said, injury. There's sort of, it seems to be piling up injuries in various players. I mentioned O'Reilly. I don't have him, but a lot of people sort of have him in the team. There's a possible injury with Wilson. He went off in around the 74th minute, I think. And apparently I've read somewhere that at half time he did ask to come off, but decided to carry on for a bit and made it to the 74th minute. But with the midweek Premier League game, so only like 2-3 more days before more Premier League fixtures, it might not be enough. If he's a bit of a doubt, they're not going to risk him. I can't see myself selling Wilson though, because he's for his great value. I'm not going to get someone that much better for his price. I'm hopefully it's only something minor. It's just a knock from what I've heard. So I think he may be a doubt for their game on, I'm assuming they're playing on Wednesday. So Fulham are playing Wednesday against West Ham. So it is a good fixture for them, home versus West Ham. So fingers crossed he's fit and starts. But other issues is obviously we already knew about Mukiele being injured for a number of weeks, and obviously I've got Gay in my team, and he barely plays. So worst case scenario, I may never mind not having a bench of any fit players, attacking players, outfield players either. I may not have a full 11 if all the players are a bit of a doubt. So if Wilson's out, if Haaland isn't available, if Mukiele is, he's definitely going to miss midweek, and Gay doesn't play, doesn't play. I may need to make a transfer, which, going on to that, my thoughts for what I'm going to do. If the Wilson injury, and just going back to the Wilson injury, if we do find out that he's out for a number of weeks, even though I said, I don't know, I think he's great value. I don't know who else around 5.9 million that I would want in, but if he's out for ages, then that could change things. So at the moment I think I'm looking at getting Ekatike in, I think. I've got no Liverpool players. They're playing Wolves next, who admittedly did beat Villa 2-0 on Friday, but I would still expect Liverpool to win. And if anyone's going to score at Liverpool, Ekatike's got a good chance. Szoboszlai is being considered. So it's probably going to be one transfer. I'm going to try and save as many transfers as possible. So it's leaning more towards Ekatike in for Haaland. But if Szoboszlai came in, it would probably, it's maybe Palmer, but we'll see. Palmer obviously, as mentioned before, he only got 1 point. He played most of the match, played about 85 minutes. So it's better than, at one point it looked like he was going to go off fairly early in the match. So yeah, and Rodgers, I'm not particularly keen on in my team, but give him maybe one. I think I've got too many other fires to put out. So Palmer and Rodgers obviously going to play against each other, so we'll see. I'm just going back to Haaland going out and Ekatike coming in. It's always going to be a risk because Haaland's so highly owned. At the moment now he's 66%. So if he does anything, yeah, if he gets good points, then your rank or tank. But my thinking is that Haaland isn't for his price of what's he now 14.8 million. He's not really worth that 14.8 million, I think. So maybe able to spread the money around better. Not that we need tons of money this season because Salah's not an option. He's not amazingly a lot. He's not scored since game week 10. I didn't realise it. It was obviously I didn't realise it was that long. Obviously he had AFCON, which was about 6 game weeks he would have missed, and then there was that time when he missed some games because he was basically dropped by slot. But yeah, with Haaland, if he is an injured out, so if he's not going to play against Forest, which would be a great fixture to have him, but there we go. And then it's West Ham, but which would be a good game for him to play, and maybe even a captain contender. But then it's the likely blank, and then followed by Chelsea and then Arsenal. So yeah, my thinking was Ekatike because the forward for Liverpool, and obviously as I mentioned they're playing Villa next, but then after that it's playing Spurs, who are very poor, and then it's Brighton and then Fulham. So yeah, that's my thinking. And also actually just thinking about it, the City as well as the Premier League various fixtures and possible rank, they're still in the Champions League against Real Madrid, and there's the League Cup final. So there's probably inevitably going to be some sort of rest, benching for different games, how Pep will do it. Yeah, so it's looking at, let me check. Yeah, it's Real Madrid to play, of course. So yeah, between there is from game week 29, with all the different fixtures, maximum is looking like sort of 4 days of rest between the fixtures, whether it's Premier League or FA Cup or Champions League or the League Cup final. So a busy period for them. So there could be, Haaland, if he's fit, you'd think Haaland would start, but then, yeah, something to think about. Yeah, so right now, if it was the deadline coming up in like 10 minutes, I would probably do Ekatike for Haaland. But I'll have to have a bit of a think and keep an eye on the news coming from the press conferences, see if there's any news or confirmation, see if Pep gives us any more information about Haaland. Is he 100% out, 100% starting, or more than likely we won't get 100% certain news. So yeah, but we'll see. At the moment, my captain is on Bruno, I think. I think that is going to be the best option. If I do the Ekatike move, which is 65-70%, I think, then I may captain him. So it's probably in between Bruno or Ekatike. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, I hope you had a good game week. Green arrows, etc. And good luck with game week 29. The deadline for that is Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time. So less than 48 hours as I record this. But good luck and thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment would be great. And thanks. Bye.